Woozr sent me their $500 VR vest, specifically designed for Quest 3, and it's quite an experience. I've been playing VR for a number of years now. If we're talking since I tried VR in general, it's been almost about a decade. I bought a Quest 2 back in 2020 and upgraded from there, but there's always something that I wanted to try that I've never had the opportunity to until now. When Woozr reached out and wanted to send their Vest 3, specifically designed for the Quest, I knew I had to give it a go. And give it a go I did because this thing is incredibly weird and a good way to try on at first. If you're a longtime fan of VR like me, you'll know that getting something like this hasn't always been easy, so seeing something like the Vest 3 readily available in stores makes it a very easy sell. So on today's video of not calling the product of my sponsor a pleasuring toy, can't say the actual name, money. Look, just because I'm a fraud doesn't mean that I'm not innocent. Oh, hey, you're the guy from Viewie's Hot Gamer Club, right? The one with the mega rich patron role, so you have exclusive chat permissions, updates on videos, and gaming sessions? Man, that Patreon role goes crazy. I sure would give my $5 a month to that Viewie guy. Tell your grandma she has good cookies or something. I was honestly taken aback by the unboxing of the Vest 3, giving off that Tim Cook Apple-esque vibe that feels super satisfying to unpack. Of course, it comes with the vest itself, the charger, and unlike Apple, comes with the charging brick, a washable liner, so if you get all sweaty while playing Hatsune Miiku's theme on Beat Saber, you can at least pretend you took a shower and washed this off. Right out of the box, you'll definitely want to adjust these straps to fit this around you a little bit better. I tried putting it straight on and felt like I was wearing a kid-sized t-shirt while having a brick attached to my face. After some adjustment, it starts to feel normal again. First, you'll want to set up the Woozr app. They tell you about this on a little card here, but this is a must to get it set up correctly, as you use the app to set up headphones with the vest. Once you've gotten everything set up, don't be like me and set the vibration motor to 100%. I did this and I loaded up a Camellia song in Beat Saber, only to be met with the goddamn Royal Rumble because I felt like this thing was gonna knock me out of my socks like an old-timey cartoon. This right here is what happens when you put the vibration to 100%. I also wasn't expecting this rubbery outside material. The overall build quality feels amazing, and it honestly feels like something Meta themselves would officially release. If you were suspicious about a VR peripheral at a big box store and its quality, this is a sign that its build quality is on par with some of the best. But most importantly, the best feature about this vest that I loved to use is the controller holsters. No longer needing to find the nearest surface to set my controllers on before taking my headset off is a game changer and something I use rather often. But overall, the setup process is very nice and ultimately very easy to set up and get going once it's set up the first time. But how does this apply to a real use case? So after testing this vest for a little over a week, I've come to a few conclusions. One, that this vest is not something like a traditional haptic vest, but basically subwoofers that act like you're at a rave whenever you're in game. This does take some setup to get just right, and you'll likely have different preferences than mine, but I just like to have a little feedback. Not a Beat Saber Metaverse concert strapped to my chest, but just something extra. The overall quality is very nice, but one thing I would have liked to see was a little bit of feedback when you turn on and off the vest. Nothing crazy, just a creature comfort. Actually using this thing while in game was definitely something to get used to. I mainly used it while playing Metro Awakening, which will have its own review out sooner rather than later. Trust me, there's a lot to fucking talk about there. But feeling the actual punch, so to speak, of my gun makes it feel that much more immersive. I tested this out with a few different games, mainly Beat Saber, Bone Lab, Into the Radius, and Ghost of Tabor. After playing Into the Radius for well over 100 hours by this point, having that extra feedback made it all that much more immersive and something I haven't felt while playing my 1000th run through of Into the Radius while I wait for the sequel to come to Quest. Again, Beat Saber was something I played time and time again, but having the feedback of each thumb from the songs I was playing made it feel like I was being hit by the blocks rather than just slicing through them. And lastly, hearing gunshots whizzing past me in Ghost of Tabor, not just from audio cues, but to physically feel the thump at my chest as it hits the ground next to me while some fucking Timmy is camping in a tree on island, is all that much more rage-inducing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to drop kick my headset to the ground. And that's not to mention that you can technically also connect this to your PC, so you're more or less going to feel every game you play because this doesn't need integrated support like other vests. But should you actually buy it? At $500, should you actually buy the Woozr Vest 3 for your VR headset or even normal gaming? If feeling more connected with the media you're consuming is something you're interested in, of course, this is a very solid option of doing so, and you should absolutely pick it up. It's super high quality, easy to set up, and makes a great addition to your setup if you're looking to feel more immersed. To not sound like I'm just trying to get your wallets out, there are a few things I would like Woozr to see and improve upon for future iterations of this vest. Firstly, adjusting these straps to fit just right can be a little frustrating to get where you want them to be. It's not something that'll change your mind about picking one up, but it's it's definitely something that takes a while to get fitted correctly. Another thing I noticed was the initial setup of the headphones. Again, it's something to get used to, but an adapter would make the world of difference for something like this to plug straight into the Quest. Not sure if that's something even possible since the vest isn't playing audio, but would be recognized as an audio device, but just something I noticed previously. But overall, as long as you're okay with some initial setup and adjustments, the Woozr Vest 3 is a great addition to any serious VR setup, and it's something I'll definitely be using in the future. Thanks to Woozr for sending this out and sponsoring this video. Thanks, gamer girls. I appreciate the gamer girlies sticking together. My feet pics are in your DM. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads recently. I casually just moved across the country, started a new job, got a dog who's a crazy little puppy and growing up too fast. I haven't found a good schedule to stick to while life just throws shit at me constantly. The Woozr Vest 3 will be linked below. Again, Woozr, thank you for sending a unit out. It is greatly appreciated, and I'll try to get back to somewhat cohesive schedule now that I'm getting things figured out personally. Thank you to our mega rich patrons, Generic John, Funmole55, Retro, and West. My dog is eating one of my socks now. I'm gonna go.